So I don't know if it's because it's like people energy or too much like uh uh it's like the same thing that happens with marketing. There's induction and inference, and then something becomes real. So some people stand in front of me in line or going back and forth, and one of them said something like, "Oh, I'm a lady boy" or something, and like both of them didn't look like lady boys or anything, like, you know what I mean? And I thought that, I was like, oh, somebody must be picking on him or something. So everybody's a lady boy until they have kids, right? You know what I mean? You know how that theory, like, kind of like that the wisest man is the one that has the most um descendants. But I started talking about his parthenogenetic replication. And fucking everybody's like, oh, okay, we're not gonna listen to you. You're good. You know, because it's like, I don't know what the fuck offended them or anything. You know what I mean? I was like saying, like, because I didn't mean anything negative or anything. I don't have kids. I'm not trying to say you can't talk until you have kids. No talking. And it was a trip. I was like, why are, like, first I just said, we're like not really like the joke he's making. Okay, I get it. He's like, oh, I must be more of a lady boy or something. Like, I was like, we're actually replicators. So that's why I was like, we're something like a processor, but not a processor, and it's a replicator uh, of a program given by the mother, right? Why she say, don't hang out over there because we don't want you to replicate that, and we have 3D printers. And I was like, we got 3D printers now and stuff. So I think they thought I was being cryptic, or like, not cryptic, encrypt, being, what's the word? When you cloak something because you're trying to convey something unspoken. I don't know how this is. I don't even know. Like, I know that it's because of the fault of I'm talking, because I'm having, you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing about a question of maybe whether you should be talking or not. And like what started me talking actually was not to, like, I was like, because it sounded like he's indoctrinating, you know what I mean? And it wasn't me. I was like, either somebody's picking on you, or you guys are, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not saying because I have to hear it that I should say anything or not. You know what I mean? But like, if it comes down to sizing and getting everybody on the scale from lady boy to what, base or the alpha or something, then a pecking order or some kind of politicking or something. So it's like, just have children, because then you know what I'm saying, not you should have children, but like everybody. I'm just equating, if there's one thing that is a delineating factor that you could say, is that somebody who's trying to have a family is not being that. So it's a definitive line. So what? Because the fuck is what you want to do. I don't know. I shouldn't have even said nothing. I was more into the science, like, stuff. So I was talking about the chromosome that expresses itself as a gene that acts like a plant, that is 20 times more dense than the plant like vegetation. So you have salt, you can become a salt. You don't have a, you know what I'm saying, you don't open the pineal and the top chakra and stuff. But because I'm talking, you're not supposed to talk about that. Oh, okay. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's just like, I didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know that I was playing smart. I didn't know I was acting like I'm too smarter than everybody or something. Oh, by the way, you know what I mean? It's just that I guess I'm being a rebel, because I don't want to get in to a conversation about something that if I know where it's going to go, like it's self-fulfilling, prophecy. The creationists will eventually argue for evolution. They always end up making arguments for evolution. I'm not saying evolution is the true case either. So because this topic of parthenogenetic replication goes back into how we got here, and since I don't know, people are gonna be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up! You think you're smart and everything," or there's something. It's like one obstacle, and then there's another where it's like the way it was lined up, like you were never going to get the perspective I was trying to offer. I'm just saying, because that doesn't equate to people now, because it's amphibians that do the parthenogenetic replication, and they can make a clone, and it's always a female, and you know what I mean. But or that you should strive to even try to, you know what I'm saying. You can't go back to whatever spin-off of consciousness that that our species is. It's like a specification going by how your society, your structures organize and stay together. Because if you stay apart too long, then that is where you get the traits that you can differentiate from a nation and stuff like that. That's why it's not a fit word to call anybody a Jew, because it's not repatriating. So it's like, you might not think that that's what's the matter at hand when you say the word, okay? But that's just whatever. That's just something else. That's just something else. You're not even wrong. I have to figure out what's behind the words. You know what I mean? It's not going to be words. Those are spells. You know what I mean? And spell takes some of its connotation from fainting. So as you're doing something, you're also losing something. You know what I mean? That's why society moved toward Taoism, because you're not losing anything, and since it works better, it was given the attribute of being called magical systems, but it's not magic. I don't know. I'm not like it's almost seems like if you talk about that, they think you're gonna follow them around and harass them and nag them, and it's like, okay, well, like you're painting me in a picture, like you're painting like I have to sacrifice something. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe I don't like you. You don't like me. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'll shut my annoying ass up, maybe. You know what I mean? But you're afraid of me the same way I'd be afraid of, like, transhumanism and eugenicist or something like that. They probably think that I'm one of those New York people that stands on the street corner and tells people the religion stuff, gives you the apocrypha, this, because that the image of the modern day Jesus is taken from the likeness of Cesare Borgia. That's true. They did the transhumanist eugenicist selection of the emaciated, effeminate. That's right. So, but because fucking you can make up a whole religion out of anything or something, and stand out there and holler at people, right? That they think that if you bring up genetic replication, that the next topic that is going to be Wakanda. Not like Georgia O'Keeffe, or like the painter that did use with the everything with the orchids, or like druids and Amazonia and stuff. Like, ooh, we're flying on a magic carpet to Egypt land or something. Like, it's not really, what I'm saying, Amazon, but the druids. So like they were talking about like maybe like a race of humans that was all female. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't say that they were doing genetic replication on the whole family, you know, and we're gonna start parthenogenetically replicating citizens. I didn't say that. I said that the whole point was not to. The whole point is to come up with a fit female clone of yourself. Exactly. I don't know if that's illegal maneuvers. I don't know if that she ran at Audible or anything. It's just because there's the capability for the vibration or the frequency of light or from photons. Like we came from Tamare. The words break down from there. You know what I mean? Nightmare. You know. Shit, for all I know, even Mauritania. I don't know. That's not necessarily true. You can't go with everything etymology, right? But there's like, okay, so they have these 3 books that they go together that you can use. I can't remember what they were. So there were some of these people, these New York people were had their heads together, had a grip, and so we look at the whole group from the way that we felt about when they were, you know, pointing and accusing, and you know what I mean. So these people don't want to. They think they know without what like all that's about, and some topics and shit. It's like they say, oh, this is where we're going to this or that. You know what I mean? Like what the Parthenon. There's a Parthenon in Greece. Parthenogenetic replication. What does the Parthenon looks like? A platforming. You know what I mean? Mythology, sublime history in mythology, and it's about media. It's about, like, because the only thing you could leave behind was how you recorded media. So their mythology talked all about media. So the iris of the papyrus, Osiris, is the body of context. Is the body of context. The Osirian body is just the book. Whatever kind of book you're trying to write. Okay, on paper, the papyrus. And the iris to the papyrus is Tahuti. He's reading the words. It's not telling you this is the way we gotta live our lives. These are the gods that you gotta subjugate to and tear your robes and do all this and that and everything like that. Like, it's just function. It's just a function. And we got all these religion. Shit. And of course, there's gonna be some that are not wrong. You're not wrong. You know what I mean? The thing that could be wrong with religion is how it's being used or wielded or used to influence or something, and to what's the end game. You know what I mean? Like, if it comes down to it, some of these religions just want to sell the babies, and they need to make babies, and they need to sell them to people to adopt them. What's her name from Cheers? The chick from the bartender show, Cheers. She was on one of those, like the NXIVM, Smallville, John of God, like those kind of like Hollywood cults, and then they be like got custom babies and shit for the transhumanists. They wanted to order one at a catalog. I swear to God. Oh fuck, Kanye's being nice. Kanye's being real nice right about now. And they're acting like the thing that's mean that Kanye, that they don't like that he's saying, is something about death or something. They're not scared of nobody talking about warming up no fucking ovens and turning back on the gas chambers. You know what I mean? It's only funny because they're a generic minority. Like, what's the whole point of being a minority if you're a mediator in all of our affairs, you sell, you know what we is valuable to us, so you sell it. You know what we need to do conduct final disposition and final regards. You got to be a mausoleum builder, a mausoleum builder, and a Templar. So they're in charge. You know what I mean? So like, and we're a minority. So like, it's like the horriblest thing that you could ever imagine is something bad happens to one of us. And you like an apple with a bite missing. Perhaps maybe even a mealy one. I don't know. Like, we tolerate you. Like, what the fuck? Nobody want to kill you. Nobody want to do nothing bad to you. But, you know, if we laugh at the wrong jokes, though, you're going to act like, oh, we make you sick to your stomach now and shit. My mom is the arbitrator of who is skin folk and not kinfolk and not skin folk and not kinfolk. And she is as white as me. I mean, she's not white enough to be a Jew because she's mixed with Irish. They probably consider her a nigger. What the fuck? Does that all check in? Does it all sound like, okay, not my problem anymore, okay? As much as it is my problem, it must be yours too. I mean, or not. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you to decide to do or not do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, the Most High doesn't ask you to do anything except can you be present? Just can you be present? Can you have, because then can the Most High reside and can he inhabit you? Can you be inhabitable? Can you be with? Can you just be with? And it's goes for me too. You know, I'm not trying to fucking take anybody else's inventory or anything like that. You know, what did this video start out about? To be about? I don't know. I just do this. I just does this.